Hello all, welcome to episode 3 of Swan TV. I'm delighted today to be joined by Laura Ward, Recruitment Manager at Atkinson Moss. Laura, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm all right. Living in
Good.
lockdown, loving it.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it? But I think we're all getting used to it and making do, aren't we?
We are indeed. It is now, I said the other day, I said people keep calling it the new normal. I've just said to myself, I'm just going to call it normal now.
Yeah,
Cut the new off.
unfortunately, a bit more normality I'd like, but we're making do. It's all good.
Absolutely. So do you want to tell the viewers a little bit about yourself and what you're doing at Atkinson Moss?
Yeah, so I've actually joined Atkinson Moss kind of during the lockdown period. So initially it was going to be due starting on the 1st of April. So I've worked in recruitment myself for the past 8 years. Recently left a large corporate business where I've been working for the past 6 years. Made the move to Atkinson Moss. So the idea was I was going to go on holiday for about 2 weeks and then start my new job when I came back.
Yeah.
The week after I handed my notice in, the whole world fell apart. My holiday got cancelled.
It's your fault, you see?
Pretty much. So yeah, holiday was cancelled. Start date was questionable. Didn't know when I was going to be starting. I was kind of caught up in the whole mixture of, will I be furloughed? Can I be furloughed? The dates are moving. So it was all a little bit strange for me. And then obviously for myself to be out of the market, because obviously in my job, you constantly know what's kind of going on, what businesses are doing, who's available. So for me to then be kind of out of all of that situation during that time was a little bit strange for me. So I then started with Atkinson Moss in the start of May. And since then, I've just been kind of speaking to candidates, speaking to clients, getting to feels of the market and understand what's going on for people and how it's affecting people in the market, which I've lost touch of. But it's been good to do that. Obviously, a mixture of kind of feedback for what's happening for people. So it's just been kind of getting grips to the market again and seeing how we can help people.
Absolutely. So talk to me, I mean, unique situation, I would have said, starting a job during lockdown. Talk to me about that and the process Atkinson Moss went through with you and how they, I don't know, inducted you into their company in a time that is probably quite challenging to do something.
Yeah, so obviously not expected at all. Didn't know what was going to happen. I was really fortunate, and Graham and Andrew really stuck by me and stuck by their values and said, you know what, we've said that we want to take you on, we want to keep you on, which for me was absolute utmost, because I thought, I could be caught up in this. I could be a candidate now, and everything that I kind of wanted. What do I do? So they were really reassuring. So that was all I could ask for. And I said, you know what, whenever you can kind of take me, I'm happy with that. I just want to be a part of the team and have the job that I wanted. So they were really good. They worked around and they said, look, we do still want you, but this will be your new start date, which I was absolutely fine with. It wasn't much further, I mean, considering how long we've been doing this for now as well. Nobody thought it'd be this long anyway. Laptop was delivered to my door, caught up with Graham, social distance, of course. Gave me my laptop, everything I would need, and everything was really smooth. So I didn't really know how it was going to work. So I had Graham on a Zoom call on one screen, and then on the other screen, screen mirroring. So he showed me around the systems. He did my everything induction, but he was just virtual. So obviously you don't have the kind of office tour and everything like that. I'm kind of getting used to working from the bedroom on the dressing table, which is not exactly what I expected. With regards to systems and everything was really smooth. And I don't think enough companies know how easy it can be when you need to onboard people. Because I didn't know it would be that easy. I thought it'd be very much a case of kind of sitting here trying to work things out. But things are very easy. You just log on and you can share screens with people and you can talk it through, and you can have those conversations as if you were next to each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which was really helpful. But yeah, I don't think enough people are aware of actually what you can do to onboard somebody from home, and I think that is going to come out a lot more now over the next coming months, hopefully, as businesses start to kind of pick up again. If they do need to recruit, they won't be afraid of looking at those routes. If they don't have the space to get somebody in, because obviously they've got to look at all of that now. You can onboard people but from home, and it's quite nice that I've been through it myself. Tell people how easy it can be. Of course there's stumbling blocks, and some days I called Graham like 4 times and said, help me with this. How do I do that again? But overall it's been very smooth. So yeah, I've been impressed.
And I think that's true, isn't it? I think it opens up the world to different opportunities. I mean, for us, obviously, if we, as and when, I mean, keeping hold of people at the moment is the important thing. But if we do start to recruit people in the future, granted, we're going to want to try and support the local economy in Norwich and stuff like that, and Norfolk. But ultimately, in the future, it really does open up the opportunity to find talent across the country. Because, you know, a lot of companies within Norfolk have been very much set on, we have to recruit within the Norfolk space because we're based in an office and that's what we do. And 100% initially, you want to support, like I say, local people trying to get work. But going forward in the future, there's a massive opportunity there to spread further afield, because remote working now is becoming more acceptable and more normal now, isn't it? Which I suppose is great.
And it offers people that flexibility, you know, so somebody who necessarily wouldn't be able to come into the office every day of the week, or, you know, you need your washing machine to be fixed, whatever it might be, you can work from home, you've got that ability to do that. And not only that, interviewing, you know, because a lot before, you know, it's people trying to find the time outside of work to interview, whereas actually now if you can do a Zoom call from home, the candidates aren't going to be missing out. So it is a good opportunity for people, and it's opened people's minds to the online kind of way of working, whereas we didn't necessarily have to before, whereas now we've kind of been pushed in that direction. So I think it's been good, and it's shown a lot of different avenues that can be explored, but I do personally miss the kind of face-to-face side of things. Obviously my job is people focused, so I'm speaking to people all day long, so it's just a different way of working, isn't it?
It is. And how are applicants finding it? What's the lockdown experience for them when they're applying for new jobs and stuff like that?
It's a really tough market. You know, anybody who kind of says it isn't, you know, it's tough for different people. In my sector, obviously I'm office support, so, you know, the support staff tend to be kind of a luxury, you know, it's, you know, they do get the business running and they do offer that support. However, unfortunately, they do tend to be a lot of people who are being made redundant at the moment. So the people that I'm speaking to may have lost their jobs at the start of lockdown, or kind of throughout this process after they've now stopped being furloughed. So obviously I speak to the people who lose their jobs, you know, I don't necessarily speak to people who are happy in their jobs. So I obviously hear the negative stuff.
That's not the best part, is it? It's like, miserable.
So I obviously hear all of the bad stuff, but the jobs market is picking up more than it was. I think as businesses start to come back, they realise where they can have the support. We're finding we're busy in our finance sectors and our IT sector especially. They're kind of picking up. However, the kind of office support side of things is coming, but a bit slower. So there's obviously a lot of applicants out there because of the changes that have happened. So a lot of people have been made redundant and are in an unfortunate situation that they didn't expect to be in. So less jobs, more candidates. It equates to a harder market, doesn't it? It's a lot more competition. So it's just kind of speaking to those candidates and telling them how to set themselves aside from the others, you know, helping them with their CVs, and when they go to interviews, you know, giving them a bit extra support just to kind of set themselves aside from the other applicants.
Absolutely. And what's the biggest thing you've learned since lockdown?
I think patience and perseverance is key.
Patience, definitely.
I think things aren't as easy as they used to be, you know. No. Things they don't just happen. It's finding different ways around things. I saw a lovely quote actually. Let me have a little look for it. Lovely quote. I saw it on LinkedIn, you know, people share these things, but it was, we're not all in the same boat, but we are all in the same storm.
Lovely.
So don't judge each other, be kind, and support each other. And I thought, you know what, that really stands out for me, because everybody's going through their own different struggles, but we're all having struggles. So
absolutely,
it's just speaking to people, and I think people are really grateful for that conversation.
Definitely.
Conversations with people and finding out how they're doing, I think it's been really important for us.
Oh, do you know what? I love it. I love that you brought a quote to the table. I love a quote.
Yeah, it really stuck with me. Really stuck with me, and I thought it's a really nice one, and you know, not even just for this, just for life in general, but really nice quote I saw.
It's so true. It's so true. And I think one of the other things that I sort of realised recently and been trying to help the guys with is that split between people that are working and people that are furloughed. And, you know, we've got people come back from furlough now after being off for 4 months. And it's been really interesting just to hear what their challenges have been. Because people look at it and go, oh, well, you know, been off work, being paid. And you know, we've been fortunate to be able to top them up. So they've been paid 100%, which is lovely. But at the same time, there is challenges that come with not working for 4 months. you know, it's the first time and probably hopefully the only time in people's working careers they will have that amount of time off, where initially they couldn't do anything with it.
No, and that's the thing, isn't it? It sounds lovely if you think, you know, you're going to get 4 months off paid. But I mean, in the month kind of from where I left my last job to my new job, it's about 4 weeks.
Yeah.
4 weeks. I said to Paul, don't ever let me complain about going to work again.
Never
ever
again.
On a morning, I said, when I don't want to get out of bed, I said, don't ever let me complain about it again, because I value it so much more. So I said, yeah, don't ever let me whinge again.
No, absolutely not, absolutely not. And obviously there's been a lot of kindness going around in the world, which is good, and people looking out for each other. What's the kindest thing somebody's either said to you or done for you in the last, 14, 15 weeks of lockdown?
Yeah. So I think it was kind of, in my first couple of weeks starting, obviously a lot of what I've been doing has just been speaking to people, you know, speaking to candidates, speaking to clients. And somebody I worked with a couple of years ago kind of spoke to me and said, oh, you're at Atkinson Moss now. I can really see you fitting in well there. You're a perfect fit for the team. Oh my God, you'll get on so well with Claire. You're so alike. And that really kind of gave me that reassurance that, do you know what, you're in the right place, you've done the right thing. And it just made me really happy with where I was at.
Amazing. And is there, obviously you're now in a new role, you're meeting new people. Is there any new connections that you have made, or people that have helped you'd like to give maybe a little shout out to that have helped you over the last sort of few weeks or so?
It's got to be Graham and Angie. They've been absolute rocks, you know, for obviously one kind of sticking by their guns and kind of still giving me that opportunity, but they've been such a good support, you know, day in, day out. You know, we have kind of weekly Zoom calls. They're there whenever. They've been awesome, kind of really sticking by their guns and their values of having me there. And I just feel so lucky to be a part of a team, you know. And it's quite nice that the rest of the team are now coming back off furlough. We've been popping into the office, you know, 1 day a week with Claire, which is really nice because we've been able to put into kind of practice the plans that we had before COVID. But Graham and Angie have been so reassuring and really supportive throughout the whole thing, if I'm honest.
That's awesome.
I don't think I'd be as positive as I am if it wasn't for them.
That's great. That's good. Shout out to them. Shout out to those guys. It's so important, isn't it? It's so important. And like I say, I mean, I haven't had the challenge of having to employ somebody during lockdown. So hats off to them, because that is difficult. It must be extremely difficult to, like I say, get people to buy into the culture of the business whilst working from home and the vision and stuff like that. So they've obviously done an amazing job, because, like I say, you seem extremely happy with what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, you know, they really have stuck by the culture of their business and everything they believe in. And it shows as well, and it does make you, it opens your eyes to a different way of working with regards to the home working, but it still keeps me excited because I know the team that I'm going into. And you still feel part of a team, but yeah, I can't wait for us all to be actually kind of in the office that I thought I was going to be in, not the bedroom.
Yeah, good stuff. Getting used to it. So we're just going to do some very quick word association.
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw a word at you. And I just want first thing that comes into your mind, all right?
Thanks. Go for it.
Let's go. Recruitment.
Fun. It's exciting. Yeah.
Love it. Straight away. That was good. Atkinson Moss.
Values, you know, honest. Everything that I go by, they've been fantastic.
Good stuff. Lockdown.
Stressful.
Lockdown ritual.
Food.
Yeah, I can agree with that one.
Too much food.
Too much food. Do you know what, you've stolen it, because my next one was food.
So, yeah, lots of.
Lots of. Favourite meal?
Ice cream.
Amazing.
I know it's not a meal, but it can.
It's all right. Flavour? Particular flavour?
Ben and Jerry's fish food.
Fish food. Oh, classic.
Yeah.
Classic. Seen a lot of that during lockdown. Enjoyed that during lockdown.
Yeah, probably too much, to be fair.
And what's the first thing you're looking forward to do when lockdown is fully lifted?
Give my family a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Lovely stuff. I think that's what everyone misses, isn't it? I think it's like you need to be, everyone wanting to be careful, as safe as possible. But I think once we get the sign off that, you know what, you can get back to a level of normality. I think that's the most important thing, isn't it? Getting back around friends and family and stuff like that.
100%, yeah.
Awesome, love it. So the last thing is that we asked you to try and find 3 items that were the colour of the rainbow, as a shout out to the NHS and all the other essential workers that have been working to keep us all safe during the last 14, 15 weeks and before, and as people continuously afterwards as well. Yeah. So, what's the first item, Laura?
It's my first item.
First item and the colour. Oh,
it's red strawberry.
Amazing, amazing.
So, I can't claim this one as my own. However, I have been growing strawberries and herbs in the garden.
Amazing.
This is not one of mine. This is from a supermarket.
Why? You could have got away with that so easily.
Nobody would believe this is mine. And these are too big to be grown in the garden. However, I have had a few all right ones. We've eaten them, and the plant is, I don't know whether it's dying. I don't know what's happened to it, but we've had a good run. But it's not in a position to be having any strawberries on it right now.
Okay, amazing. Good start. Red strawberry. Number 2?
Strawberry. Number 2 is a pink highlighter.
Amazing.
I've been making lists upon lists. I have been listing daily what I want to do. I've been listing my weekly goals. I've been listing places we want to go when this is all over. Goals, long-term goals, things that need sorting, highlighting them off, ticking those things off the to-do lists.
There's still an amazing amount of satisfaction in putting a highlighter through some of your list, isn't there?
Yeah, it's keeping me sane. Just making sure I'm doing what I want to be doing. And it makes you feel productive, doesn't it? Just ticking it off.
Yeah.
Making sure you're doing those things that you want to achieve.
I think that's a great point, because I won't lie, I think productivity has been better since people have worked from home. I tend to believe that, but at the same time, there's a lot of challenges that come with that. Yeah. Keeping yourself motivated and keeping yourself going. And do you find that list is the thing that does that for you?
It is, yeah. I mean, I know what I've got to do within a day. It's just making sure, you're prioritising how you do that. I've personally never worked from home before, so obviously starting a new job and working from home has been a whole new experience for me, as it will be for many other people. Yeah. And I think for me, it's just kind of working out how best to prioritise my time. And how I should be doing that. And I mean, lists are great, but I mean, these highlighters I've got have just been working wonders.
Shout out to the highlighters.
Yeah.
and third and final item.
Third and final item is orange. So since we've had our little bubbles, I've ordered myself a gel nail kit, because obviously salons haven't been open. No. But in my little bubble, I've got my nan, who I've missed dearly. Oh. And I've been doing her nails in the garden just for a chance to kind of see her and spend time with her.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Red colour orange. So yeah.
Brilliant. Orange. Brilliant. Great items, Laura. Great items.
Thanks.
Well, thank you ever so much for joining us.
Nice.
I really appreciate it. I wish you all the luck in the world of Atkinson Moss. I look forward to seeing you when this is over, and we can meet in person.
Yeah, back
and talk about the holidays that we haven't been on, but we will be going on, because we both love a holiday, don't we? So.
Yeah, everything that we've got planned. Yeah, well, I'll bring my list and.
Please do. Will you list the holidays that are all planned out and waiting to go on once you can?
Yeah, it'd be good to catch up.
It will be amazing. Well, thank you ever so much for joining us, and I shall speak to you soon. All right.
Yeah, thanks, James. All right, take care. Bye.